The Art and Spirituality Show. We made it today after a lot of different things happening in the studio. Welcome to the show. Very excited to be interviewing Johanna Von Salmuth, a German dancer, choreographer, and filmmaker originally from Stuttgart. Johanna spent her teenage years studying dance and then going over to Canada and actually studying dance over there. And that's where she started dancing herself. She's currently in her second year at Met Film School studying filmmaking. Johanna joins us by phone today to talk about dance, to talk about filmmaking, to talk about art. Let's talk. The Art and Spirituality Show. I'm Dominic Anglim, and welcome to the show. Today we are joined via phone by Johanna Von Salmuth. Johanna, are you there? Thank you for joining us. I'm terribly sorry about the delay that we had today. You were very, very patient. Perfect, perfect. Well, Johanna, I mean, you've been in London. Is it London now for nearly 2 years? It feels longer. I like that. It feels longer. You grew up in, well, you're originally from Stuttgart, and you started studying dance. I think you said you started studying when you were a teenager. Is that right? Fantastic, fantastic. Did you always want to be a dancer from when you were younger, before you started taking classes? Yeah, and then you had the opportunity to go over to Canada and do, I guess, a year of high school over in Canada, right? Right. That that must have been, yeah. What was that like? What was it like going to high school? Because you were in Vancouver, right? Yeah. Well, I suppose, I mean, it was good. It was good at the time that you got to go there at least, you know. And did you then when you kind of started to think, oh, maybe I can start teaching dance as well?
It didn't really come to me as like a thought. It was more like it happened, because what happened was that when I joined the high school, I got put into a beginner dance class from school, and it was too easy for me at that point. But my teacher told me, well, I can change you to a higher class, which I then end up doing. But you can also stay and be with me, and I can teach you how to teach. And I was like, well, if you're offering me that offer,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no. So yeah, that's how it happened, and I really enjoyed doing it. I was doing a choreography for the end show after every year. And yeah, that's also how I got into choreography as well. So yeah.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. I mean, yeah, any opportunity you get for a teacher to teach you something, and then for you to be able to go on and teach yourself is an opportunity that you're not going to pass up, right?
No, I was so grateful, and I loved the teacher. She was really, and I was lucky because she actually left when I left the school.
Right.
So I had her last year with her. So it was really nice.
Oh,
And yeah,
brilliant.
I really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. And I'm curious now to ask you, did you grow up in an artistic household? You mentioned that your sisters were dancers. Were your parents artistic?
Yeah. Well, I'm always saying like everything is artistic, even if it doesn't have to do with painting or dancing or
Yeah,
filmmaking.
definitely.
Yeah, but my dad actually is an architect, so it is also very creative. My mom studied architect as well, but she then got us, 4 kids, was a mom,
Yeah.
and then got into life coaching,
Oh, very cool.
which yeah, but they were always really supportive of being creative.
Life coaching is such an interesting profession and such a valuable subject to be teaching people as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy because also if you grow up in that family, you grow up differently. I feel.
Yeah,
you
probably
just
you grow up
you
more
already
supported.
reflect yourself. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that must have lent itself nicely to when you got involved with the global acting studio with Xander.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, yeah, because Xander's also like into coaching, and especially coaching actors or career.
Yeah.
And yeah, it went really handy with it. And then I want to create like a dance coaching bit that through movement you can also heal yourself and
Oh
that kind
wow,
of stuff.
that's really
Yeah.
interesting. I love that. I love that idea. Through movement, you can heal yourself.
Yeah.
That's a really nice thought. And I know that you set up in the first lockdown. You set up a kind of a weekly free dance class, which was called Joyful Living Dancing. And this, I mean, where did this get born out of? Where did the idea come from, and when did you decide to start doing the classes?
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of happened because of lockdown. Like I always thought about doing that kind of stuff before, but I never really had the time, and I was really busy and stuff. And then because we had so much time in the lockdown, I was reflecting. I was thinking, well, because I was doing a lot of live classes from other people who did like exercises or
Yeah.
ballet classes live, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought I could try something as well, just just do it. And so that's how it happened. And now I kind of paused it because I'm back into my busy life right now, so I
Yeah.
have to pause it. But I will definitely gonna go back to it and reanalyze. I got a lot of ideas of creating Joyful Living Dancing bigger and giving more classes online, but also having like putting meditation into it, and
Nice.
just yeah, helping people to dance, because like for me it's really freeing. And improvising, having maybe even like improvised sessions where I'm just sitting and guiding people through dancing and discovering their body and movement and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really like this concept you have of joyful living, and you've carried that through to joyful living filming, and I know you have another something else in the works as well, to do with
Yeah.
nutrition. But I'm just curious, like this idea of joyful living, it's such a nice concept. And did you just kind of discover? Yeah, did you discover that through dancing and through doing creative things that you became more joyful? Is that where the name came from?
Yeah, it was funny because I still have my normal account, which is my personal and career account, and then I had like when I was younger, I created a second one, which I always called Joyful Living Being,
Yeah.
but I never really used it, and I don't know how I came up with it because I love the word joyful, and it's something that as you said, like it's something that made me like it made me happy through doing my dance and doing my artist bits. Just made me so joyful. So I'm so connected with that word and living like everyone is living. So that just comes together. And then if you have a joyful life, it's just it's so much more. And
Yeah. Yeah.
after that, like it comes whatever it is, dancing, filming, as you said, and I thinking of other things as well to connect that into a bigger thing, but that's one little process.
No,
It's
it's
a big,
great.
big goal.
Congratulations, and also congratulations on all of your your choreographing work as well. Because I was looking on your website, and you've choreographed so many different music videos, short films. You've really been busy the last few years, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it kind of came when I was starting to live in Berlin, and then it came more and more now since I've met film school and doing the filmmaking VA.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because I thought I'm going to focus on filmmaking and directing, but now I'm choreographing quite a lot, which I'm very, very happy and grateful for.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've done a lot. I've like, yeah, I mean, music video was the thing that I started with because I had a lot of friends who are musicians and wanted to do dance music videos, and then just through that, stuff happened and people like knew each other and contacts, and then with the company I was in Berlin, Karma Dance Company.
Yeah.
I also did a little bit of work with them together um, with the head of choreography, Kati. I helped her with some pieces as well, and it was like a very collaborative work, which I really enjoyed doing.
Yeah, collaboration is the best. Absolutely is the
Yeah.
best. Let's talk a little bit about when you kind of first went into filming, because I know that you worked as a second assistant director on a film called, well, the English translation is The Audition, but the German is let me see if I can pronounce this right. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna totally murder this German, but anyway, I'll I'll give it a go, right?
Yeah.
That's Borspiel. That's Borspiel. Is that terrible?
Yeah. No, that was not terrible. That was really good.
How did that come about, and how did you get involved with that?
Yeah. I was very lucky, to be honest. I was so when I started to get into the idea of going into filmmaking, I was first thinking of going the acting route, but I
Yeah.
really didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
And then I remembered that my cousin has a production company, and I asked him if I could have an internship at his place and just like get coffee, whatever it is, just to get
Yeah.
a taste of what it's like to be in the industry. And he was actually he was more focused into documentaries. At the time when I was asking for the internship, they were creating this film, The Audition,
Yeah.
and we're in the pre-production, and that production was looking for new people to get on board because it was also low budget, so they were all looking for internship people.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then they told me that there were like 3 slots open for different things: art department, AD department, and there was something else, I think, in the production office, something.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm looking into going into directing. So I thought, oh, well, I go for the assistant directing part. which I then applied for. It was going through application, and then I had an interview with the first assistant director, and I was very lucky that he chose me, and got thrown into the cold water with a production, a big production, and just learned a lot. I learned a lot of how the industry works and how set works and stuff like that. It was amazing, and I had a really good first AD. My boss, basically, he was a really good tutor and mentor and guiding me through it, and he was really respectful towards me. And even if I had done mistakes, he was like, "Well, this is what you did wrong, but it's all right now. You're still learning." So it was really good.
I mean, that is the ideal situation right there, where someone's going to teach you and not berate you if you make a mistake.
Yeah, I was very, very lucky with that. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, and so then when you did that, then I guess that really kind of ignited the fire for you to go, right, I'm going into filmmaking. Like, this is something, especially directing as well. It must have really, to be on that side of the camera, it must have really put a spark to a fire there. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't an eye opener. It was a very intense. I think it was 3 months. It was really intense. I was working a lot into the night as well, and I got really sick after we finished.
Oh no!
But no matter what, it was so good.
It was worth it. I nearly died, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. It was. But I just enjoyed it. Like, it's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I wish that to every person, like, if they come to a job and they just love it so much that they don't care if they work into night. So that's what happened with me. And I was like, well, I want to do this. I want to, not just assistant director. I just want to be on set. And it doesn't matter what kind of role I am. I just enjoy being in the environment. It just makes me happy.
Hey, and that's something we all want. That's something we all want. And if you find a thing that makes you happy, then if you get an opportunity to study it and then to work in it, that is literally the dream. That's what everyone wants. So I say,
and I wish that to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's possible. I think people, it's all about desires, in my opinion. How much of a desire do people have to do things? If you have a really big desire for to be a dancer, then you're going to start going to dance classes. And you're just going to start dancing. Maybe you won't become a professional ballet dancer, but that's not to say that you're not going to be dancing and having fun and living a joyful life.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, for our listeners, if you want to ask Johanna any questions, you can give a text message in. Our number is 078 52 473 473, and we're going to take a short break now, and we'll be right back after these messages. Please join us after the break for more art and spirituality and more from Johanna. We'll be right back. Relaks Radio.
আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292. আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media, to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay. Relax Radio.
The Art and Spirituality Show. Welcome back, our wonderful listeners. Hope you're enjoying the show. Sorry we got a little bit off to a late start today, but we're joined via phone today by German dancer, choreographer, and filmmaker Johanna Von Salmuth. Johanna, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Not quite. It's Johanna Von Salmuth.
Johanna Von Salmuth.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's really difficult. Don't worry.
I'm curious though. Now that you're kind of in the Met Film School and you have all of these amazing projects going on, because I know, for example, that you were involved. You did the choreography for Touchstone Telephone, this music video for Lemon Demon Desi Dirt Data. Is that how I pronounce that?
Yeah, I think so.
And
I'm not so good with his name.
That was a fantastic music video. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was such a cool project. It was actually really short notice of when it came to it, because we wanted to release it on Halloween.
Yeah,
and it was such a cool way, because it took us, or I think it took the director about a week or two to produce it, and then we just filmed it, and then that's it. But it was a lot of fun, and it was and we actually were lucky and managed to get the artist to see it as well.
brilliant.
And now we're trying to submit it to festivals who take music videos.
Yeah, and there are many. Yeah. There are many that accept music videos. I know that from experience.
Yeah. So it was so fun, because I find that song was so fun to listen to. I don't know why. I never listened to his music before, but now I really enjoy his music. And the art department that was in there, and the camera movement, it was so well made. And then I was so happy that I could do the choreography for it.
Yeah. No, the
dance, yeah.
The set design, the choreography. I mean, it's a really good video. It's a really, really good video. I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that Harry is putting a link to the video and showing visuals of the video as we speak at the moment. He may well be doing that. He may well be doing that.
Hopefully.
we live and dream. We live and dream. But I'm curious now that you're in the Met Film School and you're, surrounded by all this abundance of all these different projects, do you find yourself leaning more towards only wanting to do directing stuff and only wanting to do, more on the filmmaking side? Or are you kind of like, hey, this is great. I'm a dance choreographer. I can do all these other projects and still do the directing as well?
Yeah, it's I find myself having a few passions in it. So whenever I get asked to do a certain job, I always my main things are producing, first ADing, or just in general being an AD, and choreography for whatever it is, and directing. So there's the four things that I say yes to. The other ones, I'm always a little bit, I'm not so good at it. I can learn, I can try, I'm willing to try, but I'm not as confident in it as I am with those four things.
Hey, congratulations. I saw a really cool dance film that you made, and I was watching it on your Vimeo, and about how dancers survived the lockdown. It was really good.
Yeah, thank you. It was because what happened in the moment when lockdown started was that we were actually meant to do our short films and that.
Yeah.
And we were also excited for it, and we were about to go into the film, but then it got cancelled because of lockdown. And then through that, they empowered us to do something else and try to film or write a movie or make something out of the time that you're in the lockdown.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. And then through that, I was kind of thinking of doing something with dance again. That's how I got the idea of just interviewing, like, they're all friends of mine, just interviewing them and letting them film themselves being alone in their house and just dancing and feeling what everyone is feeling.
It's a perfect, it's a perfect imagery, especially with the dance. It's a perfect imagery just to see people dancing, because I think there's so much emotion that can be felt when you're watching a dancer dance. You know, you can really kind of, as you say, I think I read it on your website, you know, you get drawn into this other world. You get drawn into this other reality almost when you start dancing, right?
Yeah, for me it's a little bit also of a therapy kind of thing. Like, if I'm like, I can express my feelings in dancing, and I feel always like cleansed afterwards. I don't know if that makes sense. But
wow, yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, and I'm always feeling myself like being energized afterwards, even though I dance. Like, even you're tired from your body, but you're energized in your mind, and you feel connected again.
Yeah, well, they do say that, you know, dancing or any type of the arts really, you know, connects you. Disconnects from the beta wavelength and connects you to the alpha wavelength. So you're connected to the creativity part of your brain, and you know, you go more into spirit and more into kind of an inspiration mindset, I think, when you're practicing any type of art, whether it's designing a building or writing or indeed dancing. So I think there is a real energy that you can get from that.
Yeah, that's very true. And I think everyone should try one thing that can get that energy from, no matter what it is, because it's such a good feeling. It also makes you proud of yourself.
Yeah, and it's free, you know? It's free, like, you can just do it yourself. It's not like you got to go somewhere.
No, exactly. Yeah, you can do it every time.
You can tap into that free fun whenever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Well, we're definitely going to be putting up links to your various your Vimeo videos and things like that. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Global Acting Studio, because I mean, you got involved. Obviously, you know, you got involved because yourself and Xander was the co-founder with you. But can you tell our listeners a little bit about what the Global Acting Studio is and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, so the Global Acting Studio was founded by me and Xander, my boyfriend. He more has a vision of that than I had before. You know, like, he came up with the idea and the name and everything, and I supported him and tried to help him as much as I could. And I also really I support the idea of it. And it's like an acting, like I said, like a global acting studio where we support each other as artists, not just actors, also dancers, or filmmakers. And just creating workshops where you can get either coaching from himself, or we'll bring other guest teachers in, or just having a dance class with me or some other dance teachers who would like to teach, and just giving that community and supporting each other as artists, and not having to pay a lot of money for it, and having the community that supports you. And like, we're trying to bring in each city we are in, like, a network that people can meet up every week or every once a month and just connect and hang out or talk about their projects, get feedback, or even create together projects. And just listening to it, because it's so difficult as well to get work. And I think the easiest and also cheapest and freest way is to just create your own and then go from there, and then you might get seen and that kind of stuff. So instead of just always applying and not ever getting a no or stuff
Exactly. And I think, that's what the industry needs. We need a platform where people can practice and play and, use the tools that they learned in the different classes that they attended or the different universities that they studied in, and be able to, fail or be able to, have fun, play with characters, dance, sing, and I love what I really like about the Global Acting Studio is that you guys are pioneering. You're pioneering, in my opinion, a new thought process for the industry. It's an open platform where people are sharing ideas, and it's not always about, money and stuff. It can also just be about collaborating and networking, which I
Yeah.
think is so important, so important, especially in the
Yeah.
industry that we're in.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also like in every industry I've been in or are in, it's just all about contacts and knowing people. And if you already get build up your own connections, you will always get further, because if your connection goes more into the world than you, but they know you, they think of you for something, then it's like you always grow with them together, even if you might not be that far as they are, or other way around.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that is the beauty of it, definitely. But what about you? I mean, are you working on any other projects at the moment?
Yeah, I have a couple of things running on the side next to university.
Yeah.
So I'm currently in pre-production for my own short film that I wrote and are going to direct in December. It's a dance piece, and it's mainly dancing in it, but it has 3 lines of dialogue in it.
Great.
But very important dialogue, like on point. I hope it's on point. And it's mainly about a dancer who's really insecure in her way of being a dancer, and because she was never able to get a dance education, so she taught herself and went to a lot of dance classes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then through that she goes to one of the big dance auditions and has like her fear of failing and being scared of falling and making a mistake, which she then does. And but through that she gets help from someone else, but then at the end she realized that the person she talked to was herself.
Oh, you've given a bit of a spoiler there, Johanna. You gave us a bit of a spoiler there.
But that's just the point of the whole thing, and I don't care if it's a spoiler or not, because I think it's going to be really good. And I'm also choreographing right now a musical, but technically 2, but one of them is on hold. It's a stage musical for Shrek.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a really good friend of mine, she loves musicals, stage musicals. And she tried to get the rights for the Shrek musical, which she did. And now we're in pre-production for that. Yeah.
That is super exciting. Are you planning on doing that around Christmas time, or will this be in the new year, do you think?
Yeah, so technically it's planned for around March, the premiere.
Yeah.
But right now we have a little bit of a break because of COVID and stuff happened. We might push it a little bit back into the year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is super
I'm
exciting.
really excited for that one.
That's really exciting. Oh my God. By the way, we received a question. We received a question for you. So this is a question. We've received 2 questions, actually. The first question is from Ivor in Dublin. And Ivor asks, in choreography, does your guest find any inspiration in how animals move, such as cats or birds?
Oh, so can you repeat that again?
Yeah,
I
sure.
couldn't. There was something.
In choreography, does your guest, do you find any inspiration in how animals move, such as cats or birds?
Oh, that's interesting. I actually, to be honest, no. But now I have that idea from you that it is actually interesting. I mean, so what we do sometimes is you do recreate movements of animals, and you're like, like an improvisation exercise where you like move like a cat or move like an elephant.
Yeah.
But I never really got full creating a choreography inspiration from how animals move. And I think that's actually an interesting point. I might try that out for for my next choreography bit. But it also depends on what you want to create in a way of, is it going to be representing an animal, or is it just going to be a hands-on musical, full-on stage kind of thing?
Yeah, I can see that. Well, great that you're getting some inspiration from a question. That's always nice. And the second question says, and does mood affect dancing style?
Which mood? I didn't get the first one.
Does mood, like does a particular mood, does that influence a dancing style that you do?
So definitely, like, however, in whichever mood you are, it affects my dancing. But when it comes to some dance styles, you kind of have to have like a happy thing. For example, musical jazz, you kind of have to be out in the open. You can't be sad.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but it might not come across as you want to. But that's why I love contemporary dance, is that you can have everything. You can process your mood or your feelings in it. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. But
I think that definitely answers the question. Thanks for those questions, Ivor in Dublin. Thank you very much for those. If you have any other questions that you want to ask Johanna, you can send us a text message on 078 52 473 473. And I'm curious now, where you find inspiration from yourself. What inspires you to come up with new dance routines and things like that? And also, where do you draw inspiration from for films and things like that as well?
Are you asking me?
I am.
Oh, sorry. I thought you. Okay. Yes, my inspiration is coming from a lot of different places, to be honest. So when it comes to dancing, it depends on, do I have music for it, and especially music that's given to me. That's mainly the inspiration as well, how music is written. But also when it comes, for example, to a musical, now that I do a film musical, what does the director want? What is the inspiration from the director to put a dance piece in that section? And then from there, the inspiration comes in the movement and how I want to let the dancers express the dance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And when it comes to filmmaking, I realized it's coming a lot from personal experience. I try to write things that might not be related to me, but I always go back to my dance experience, because I also have an idea of creating a dance TV show.
Oh, cool.
Which I first thought, I'm not going to write a TV show about dancers, but then it ended up happening. So it's like, it's also my life experience on how things are happening and in my life, because I think that's the thing, like, you can talk about the things the best of you, the things that you already experience. But I'm not saying that you can always write about different things as well if you haven't experienced them. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think as well, the projects that we do, we are definitely influenced by our lives, and our life, your life experience is going to influence the types of projects that you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I also think, like, even if it didn't happen in your life, I don't know, your dad died, or like, that's a bit crazy example, but you're still allowed to write about it. You just have to be a little bit more careful how you write it, that it's not affecting people who it happened to them, and that it's like true as well.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And also, even if you do write about something, even if you do get inspired or get moved to write something about something tragic that has happened in your life, that's still good, because, as you say, there's going to be other people that will have lost somebody as well, and you can connect with them on that level.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, as you said, like, even though it's not you haven't experienced, you might know someone who experienced it, and then you can interview that person. And
Exactly. Well, we've gone on a very somber note now, but
yes.
let me ask you, you're in net film school. How did you decide to study there? What was because you were living in Berlin, like what was the reason for why didn't you study in Berlin, I guess is my question.
Yeah, fair question. I love Berlin. I mean, it's just like Xander and I were like, a good friend of Xander was moving to London in the time where I was thinking of studying again.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, my best friend is moving to London. Don't you want to come with me? And because he was thinking of going to London at some point anyway.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm going to study anyway, and I don't mind where I am when I'm studying.
Yeah.
And I'm open-minded when it comes to different countries and language and everything like that. So I was like, well, why not? Like, I lived in Berlin now enough, and I can always come back.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so that's why. And we love it here. And we're always thinking of either staying or leaving. We're like in a little bit of a conflict there because we like it.
Yeah, I think London is really a great place to spend some time and definitely to study as well. I mean, there's so many opportunities here. And as you say, it's all networking. The more projects you collaborate on, the more different things that you do for other people, then you stay in people's minds, and then you might find that a project might come up in the future, and they would think of you. So
Yeah.
it's a good place to be. I think it's a good place to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of it's kind of like the Los Angeles of Europe in terms of for the acting world, for the media world, isn't it? There seems to be a lot happening here.
Yeah, that's very true. I was also saying that to someone as well, that London is kind of the LA of, like, in America. London is the one for Europe.
It's the LA of Europe without the A.
Yeah.
It's just
exactly.
It's the L. It's the L of Europe.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Yeah, but it's been so great talking to you, and I'm really sorry that we had that big delay today. You were so patient.
Oh, don't worry.
You were so patient, and we're going to be sure to put links to all of your different things in on today's graphics. And if anyone wants to check out your Instagram, I know that you do classes. Are you still doing the classes on the Sunday morning? Because you were doing them through your Joyful Living dancing, but I'm not sure if you're still doing those or not.
Yeah, I have to pause it because I'm right now in a shooting period, and it's very stressful, and I have a lot in my mind.
Yeah.
So I decided to take a break from it, but I will definitely go back to it. I'm not forgetting about it, and I really enjoy doing it. So.
Well, I mean, the great thing is that someone can go onto your Instagram handle and they can flick down through the other videos. Is that right? Are they in your? Would they be on your page, so to speak?
Yeah, exactly. They're like on the IGTV on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
I uploaded all of the ones that I did live in the summer. So yeah, you can definitely go back to them.
Definitely check out these classes. They're so much fun. Joyful. Joyful.living.dancing for the Instagram, and they're really, really cool. And what I really like about them is that they're very accessible. It's not some really hard dance that you're just not going to get if you've got like no experience. It's very accessible, and I think it's I think people would really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's made for everyone, so it's not like you have to have a level of dance. No, you can, or even if you have a level of dance, it's like also enough for you to be able to move your body and understand everything.
And it's just all about moving, isn't it? That's what I think the message here. That's what I think the message is about dance. It's just about getting moving. It's like getting out of your head and getting into your body, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's something that I realized through dancing as well, that I just stopped being always in my head. I just also just went into my body and listen to it as well. Like you listen to your body more as soon as you start moving.
Yeah.
So
you're moving to the music rather than thinking, oh, am I putting? Do I put my foot here? Is this the right step? I've stepped too far.
Yeah.
It's quite intuitive, I think, isn't it? Dance.
Yeah, it is. It is, and that's what like I'm trying to do with that. Is like you can dance, you can move. It doesn't matter how you move. You can still do it, and you don't have to think about what's the next step. You just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's I mean, anyone who's listening out there, if you haven't ever danced, maybe it's time to put some music on and get dancing.
Yeah,
that is the message.
Yes, that's a very good idea. I mean, I always try to, even if I'm in a bad mood at some point, or I just need to wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
I just put on my favorite song and be like, I'm just gonna dance now. I'm just gonna listen to the song and dance and move. And it doesn't have to look good. I'm just gonna have fun.
Yeah, and it's magic. It really is magic. It's amazing how dance can lift your spirits.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you just go on a higher energy level.
You really do. You really do. I think you actually, when you start dancing, you literally are vibrating at a different level. Like you can raise your vibration just by having a bit of a dance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Have you heard about these ecstatic dance things that happen? Have you ever heard of them?
I heard about them, and I never managed to go to one. I know in Berlin there were quite a lot happening, and I was always like, I'm gonna go next time.
Yeah.
I never did. But I heard a lot about them. A lot of my friends did it, and they enjoyed it so much. And it sounds really interesting, and I think I will try it one day. But,
I have to say, I've been to it a few times. I've been to it in Madrid. I've also been to it in Berlin. I haven't been to one in London yet, but I did get on a kind of a mailing list of where because they were doing them online as well throughout the lockdown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you just would be dancing in your room, but hey, you'd be doing that anyway. So why else are we doing it with people via Zoom, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. They just basically have music on and you just dance. Like that's literally all it is. But it's it's good fun, You're dancing with other people. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and it's also like a lot of times like it's also an opportunity for example, if you're a DJ or something, you can just like they get DJs in and play their set and you just dance to their music.
I mean, that's even better if you're promoting somebody else's music. I mean, that's double, isn't it? It's double. Like you get to play their music and dance, so it's a win-win.
It is.
It's a win-win situation. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after these messages for a little bit more art and spirituality and a few more words from our guest today, Johanna Von Salmuth. Hope I'm pronouncing that fairly okay. And we'll be right back after this short break. Please join us then for more art and spirituality.
Relaks Radio. আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292. আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay. Relax Radio.
We are back, the Art and Spirituality Show with myself, Dominic Anglim, and we're joined today via phone by Johanna. Johanna, you're back on air with us.
Yay!
You made it. She's here. Yeah, we had a bit of a late start today. We started later than we planned, but we're here now, and that's the main thing. So your schedule's fairly full on at the moment, then, with all of these different university projects, I guess.
Yeah, we have we're in the shooting period now for a TV series that we created in school.
Yeah.
And yeah, and today is one of my first days off, and I'm like, yes.
Great. Well, great to be able to talk to you today. Then, given that you had the free time, that was really good. Thanks for being on the show today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you, Johanna. So inspiring. What an inspiring life you've had. All these different projects that you've been doing.
Thank you.
And yeah, I suppose then you have, with the Met Film School, is it 2 more years you have then?
No, it's 1 more year. So what they do, which is also why I kind of chose to go to Met, is they have a 3-year program, which is like the normal where you have a long summer break. And then they also give you a BA in 2 years, which means you don't have a summer break. You work over the summer.
Yeah.
And you're just done quicker. And I was like, well, I just love that quickness. So I'm going to just go for the 2 years. So I only have 1 year left.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And will you go into production as soon as you finish? Is the plan to go into producing then yourself? Will you set up a production company? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I have a lot of ideas I want to do. So I mainly I want to create a production company with my best friend Chantal.
Yeah.
We work really well together, and she's a camera woman mainly and producing, and I'm the directing and producing person.
Yeah.
So we connect quite well. So that's one of the plans, and then the other one is basically just do as many movies as we can, all together with Rhonda and whoever's interested, and just get work done, film things that we're inspired with, and then try from there. And I also want to try to go into producing for like TV shows, like going into applying for like big channels or something, just to get like a normal job in the film industry, as you can. I don't know if you can say that. But
yeah, as normal as you can have in the film industry. Yeah.
And yeah, just try to go everywhere I can, basically.
Good plan. Well, I think definitely, having the training and having the experience of doing all these different projects while you're at, film school is worth its weight in gold when you go out into the actual working world and you're looking for jobs and stuff like that, I think,
Yeah, exactly. And it's also because you are together with so many creative people, you have like, we all know each other and we all want to work with each other in the future. So it's like you have a lot of opportunities to work with everyone. Everyone has an idea of the movie, and we just come together and do it.
That's great. Yeah, and I think as well, one of the other really cool things about being in a film school is that you have access to amazing equipment, right?
Yes, that's true. And you have it for free, and you don't have to pay. You don't have to hustle to look for yourself. this is one of the like things I'm like, oh, this is gonna be tough if I'm gonna go, when I'm gonna go out. But yeah, I mean, even then, we will make it work.
You'll make it
But
work.
yeah, it is.
Of course you will.
Yeah,
You make it
and-
work.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really good. Like our kit room is really nice, and they try to make it work as much as they can for us to be able to film.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And of course, you will make it work. And then when you finish university and you go out looking for work, you can say, look, I have experience working with these cameras. I have experience working with these, with this type of sound equipment, with these types of mics. And that makes a big difference as well when you go on
Yeah,
to a bigger
exactly.
production,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, that especially like if you go into production managing or line producing, like you're the person that hires the kit, and if you kind of know what your DOP wants,
Yep.
you just know then what it is. You not just get numbers thrown at you or words thrown at you, but you actually know what it is, and you're like, oh, that's a good one, or I think I have a better one that might be cheaper,
Yeah.
but still there's the same quality. So
Exactly.
it is really good knowing all the areas, which is also why I chose to doing filmmaking instead of just going for directing, because I just want to learn
Good
everything
thinking.
around it.
Good
Yeah.
thinking. Good thinking. Yeah, because there's so many, especially with cameras and stuff, there's so many of these little clip-on things, and sometimes they can be quite tricky, and sometimes they don't clip on the way they should, and things like that. So yeah, if you have that kind of like hands-on knowledge, you can be like, oh yeah, I know that thing. I'm not going to say any names now because obviously we're on live radio. I'm not gonna diss any makes of anything, but I'm being very careful with my words, but but it is so true. When you have that, the hands-on experience, you can be like, yeah, I'm not going to get that thing. I'm going to get this other thing. And then I can kind of like add that thing onto it with this clip or whatever it may be. So
Yeah.
that's really, really cool. Well, listen, it's been fantastic having you on the show today. We're just about out of time.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, and we will be sure to put all your links and all your different things on the graphics. I know Harry is doing the graphics, and I'm sure he's been putting all these links on there. So we'll be sure to do that. And yeah, definitely we'll have people following you and taking your classes, and you'll probably get these messages from these people, and they'll be like, "I heard you on Relaks Radio, and I want to collaborate with you." You'll be like, "Okay, let me check my calendar for the next 2 years."
Yeah, well, if anyone wants to collaborate, I don't mind. You can write me.
Contact Johanna if you want to collaborate. If you need a dance choreographer, get in contact. If you need a film director or a filmmaker, get in contact. They can contact you directly from your website, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's like a contact thing.
They can just
write me on that
press
contact thing.
press that contact thing, and I'm sure it will work.
Exactly. Yeah. For sure, we'll
Brilliant.
get your email.
Brilliant. Well, listen, Johanna, thanks a million, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. That was Johanna Von Salmuth, their German dancer, choreographer, and filmmaker in her second year at Met Film School. Such an interesting lady and so inspiring as well. And I love what she says about dancing, getting in, just becoming joyful and just connecting. And, you wake up, you don't feel great, put on your favorite music, have a dance, put on your dancing boots and have some fun. That's what dancing is all about. Folks, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after these messages. Please join us then for more art and spirituality.
Relaks Radio. Whoa, Relaks Radio. আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট is 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন অন 020-7474-9292 আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from 99 pounds a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay. Relax Radio.
We are back, the Art and Spirituality Show. I'm Dominic Anglim. Thanks for tuning in today, wherever you're joining us from. Maybe you're joining us on the Relax Radio app. Maybe you're joining us on Facebook Live. Maybe you're joining us on YouTube Live. Or maybe you're listening to us on the internet. Maybe you've discovered internet radio. If you have discovered internet radio and you're thinking to yourself, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. How did I not know about this before? Well, welcome. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the 21st century. The radio has been on the internet for probably at least 20 years, if not longer. So welcome. Welcome to the party, right? Welcome to the party. We had a great conversation there with Johanna Von Salmuth, who is a German dancer, choreographer, and filmmaker. She's currently studying in Met Film School. Really interesting. Make sure you check out her website. It's just her name.com, johannavonsalmuth.com. And I know that Harry, our amazing, fantastic studio technician, has put up all of her links in this live stream. So yeah, and there's a lot of dance things going on right now. I love that today is about dance. Dance is one of my passions. It's one of the things that I'd love to do. I'm a little bit like Joanna in that if I wake up and I'm in a bit of a slump, I get my dance on. I put on some music and I just get into it, just get some dancing going on. And it instantly makes you happier. It's like a magic. It's like a magic dance, you might say. I was going to say magic pill. It's like a magic pill, but it's in the form of a dance. A magic dance. That's what it is. I was working at a music festival 2 years ago, and it was my night off. And it wasn't my night off. I had been working 12 hours, and I was finished work. I finished around midnight. And I said to myself, I wasn't in work until 12 o'clock the next day. And I said to myself, am I going to go back to my tent right now and attempt to go to sleep at a music festival? Or am I going to go and find some music so I can get my dance on? So that's what I decided to do. I had a few cans of beer, which I had purchased in the shop, put them in my bag. Electric Picnic, by the way, is great because you can bring your own booze, BYOB, as they say. So you can bring your own booze. So I had my own booze. So I had a few cans, and they also gave us a couple of pints after work as well. So that was grand. But anyway, I was quite tired. I had just worked 12 hours, right? I had just worked 12 hours, so I was definitely quite tired. Anyway, I was walking around and I found a stage that was playing some really good like funk music, like proper like 60s, 70s funk, soul and funk music. Music was great. I was loving it. I started dancing, I was having a bit of a dance by myself, and I saw somebody, and I just got this idea. I was like, I'm gonna do the link. I'm gonna do the link dance. Do you guys know about the link dance? Are you familiar with the link dance? The link dance is where you walk up to someone and you link their arm, and then you kind of do like a kind of a you kind of turn around, you kind of do a little circle where you go around like that. I call it linky, linky. So anyway, I just went up to somebody and I just said to them, I just said, linky, and they said yes. They were like, okay. So we had a linky dance. We did a little linky. We went around a couple of times in a circle. Then we swapped arms. We ran around the opposite direction with the other arm in, anti-clockwise circle. And it actually it caught on. I was like, hey, I'm gonna see if I can link hop my way across this whole dance floor. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, the first person, Linky. Yeah, we did a bit of Linky, Linky one way, Linky the other. Great. Went on to somebody else. I was like, Linky. I just kept saying Linky. And Linky is quite an enjoyable word to say as well, by the way. If you come up to somebody and you say Linky, even just right now, say Linky. Right? It's enjoyable. I know. It's an enjoyable word to say. And it's an enjoyable practice to do as well. And you know what I did? I linked, I linked my way, I linkied my way across that dance floor, and it was so much fun. And do you know what I realized? Nobody watching. There's no right. There's no wrong. There's only whatever your body wants to move with the music. You just close your eyes, get the tunes on, and whatever way you get inspired to move, you just going with the music. The music is going to move you. It's going to take you somewhere out of your body, maybe somewhere higher, just somewhere good, and you're going to feel amazing afterwards. And if you're at home at the moment and you're thinking to yourself, this guy sounds crazy. What's he talking about? Well, if you do think I sound crazy, you might be right. I am a little bit crazy today because we're talking about dance, and dance is inspiring me. Dance is making me want to move. It's making me want to say, oh, yes, I like dancing. And one thing I can say about dancing right now is that if you go to the Collective Creative Initiative, they've got a bunch of free dance classes still online. They're still online from dance classes that have been on in the past and dance classes that are going to be on this week. This Friday, for example, at 11:30 in the morning, there's a free commercial dance with Bree Smith. Free commercial dance with Bree Smith. Check that out. That's on Friday at 11:30. At 1 p.m., there's another dance class taking place. Did you ever want to learn the cha-cha-cha? Huh? Yeah. You heard about the cha-cha-cha? Have you ever wanted to learn the cha-cha-cha? Well, this Friday, you can learn the cha-cha-cha. At 1 p.m., go to the Collective Creative Initiative on YouTube. Go on there, and you can learn the cha-cha-cha with none other than Eddie Slattery. Eddie Slattery. Eddie Slattery is he started out as a competitive ballroom Latin smooth swing dancer. He's won multiple awards as a junior and as a senior. He's won awards in Britain, in Europe, worldwide actually. So many championship titles. But for these days, he's actually focusing more on choreography for the BBC, for Strictly Come Dancing, and The Greatest Dancer. Yeah, you're familiar with these shows, right? Maybe you've watched these shows. Maybe you've watched these shows and you've said to yourself, wow, I would like to learn to dance like that. Well, imagine you can actually learn to dance from the guy that is doing those classes. You can actually learn to dance from the guy that actually choreographed those dance moves. You're learning from the master right there. The master. That is Eddie Slattery. Eddie Slattery. He's these days he's focusing on, doing the choreography for the BBC. He's also involved with Universal Music. He's also involved with Netflix. He's also involved with Warner Brothers, E4, Sky One. The guy is everywhere. He's everywhere, and he's doing a cha-cha-cha dance class this Friday, 1 p.m. Now, I went onto their YouTube, by the way, the Collective Creative Initiative. I'm going to be having James Pearson from the Collective Creative Initiative on the show on the 7th of December. So we have that to look forward to. But I wanted to check and see if they have any other dance classes up there. And wow, whoa. I was impressed. I was very impressed by the amount of different dance classes that are up there. I picked out a few for you guys just to be aware of. Maybe you want to do some jazz dance technique. Maybe you wanted to do some jazz dance technique. Well, you can do jazz dance technique with Ashley Luke Lloyd. Ashley Luke Lloyd, that's up there. Maybe you want to learn contemporary ballet. Yeah, maybe you want to learn how to do some contemporary ballet. If you do, they've got you sorted. You can go on there and you can learn contemporary ballet, all levels. And this is with Carrie Willis. Carrie Willis, okay? Eddie's back. Eddie Slattery's back. He's got another video on there. Did you ever want to learn how to dance to Charleston? Eddie's got you covered. The Charleston. He's done a Charleston dance class on there. So you can go on, you can do that. Maybe you're interested in some musical theater jazz. Some musical theater jazz. You can do some musical theater jazz with Bree Smith. Yeah, she's on there as well. Again, she's done another class. Or maybe you're interested in the Land of Lola. The Land of Lola dance choreography. This is with Jenny Legg. Jenny Legg. So all these classes are free, by the way. They're on their YouTube channel, the Collective Creative Initiative. It's on their YouTube channel, and you can go on there and you can check out these classes. They're all free. It's amazing. It's really, really amazing. Other ones that they have on there, they've got commercial jazz dance class, and that's with Josh Flegg again. They've got this class called Fit Steps. This is a combination of dance and fitness. Have you guys ever heard about this before? It's called Fit Steps. Ever heard of that? I never heard of that. This is my first time hearing of it. It kind of reminds me of Zumba in a way, insofar as it's dancing and it's exercising. But they say the difference is that this is just dancing, although Zumba is just dancing as well. I think this is more Fit Steps. It seems to be the video that I watched. It seems to be more focused on contemporary style dancing. So more kind of steps, and some twirls and things like that. So that's with Jade and Jenna. Then you've also got beginners or intermediate tap. Have you ever wanted to learn to tap dance? I thought that would sound better than it did. I tried to do some tapping on the desk there. I don't know if it sounded good or not. But anyway, if you ever wanted to learn to do any tap dancing, they've got you covered. You can do tap with Albie Brooks. Beginner or intermediate, Albie Brooks has got a class for you. You can learn to dance samba, a samba dance class. And that's with Eddie Slattery again. This is Eddie from Strictly, right? Eddie, who choreographed for Strictly Comes Dancing. Yeah, you watched that show? You like that show? Well, he's on there. So that's all the free classes that are available on the Collective Creative Initiative YouTube channel. I've got some more free events for you coming up after this short break. Join me then for more information about some free events that are happening online right now in the dance world. Join me after this short break.
Relaks Radio. Whoa, Relaks Radio. আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292. আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay. Relax Radio.
The Art and Spirituality Show. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're enjoying the show today. It's been a good show today, I think. We had a bit of a late start. We started late, but now we're going. We're going at the moment. So we're on. This is it. We're happening. And I'm Dominic Anglim. I'm the host for this show, the Art and Spirituality Show. Now, maybe you're listening in and you're thinking to yourself, this is such a great idea, having radio, having a talk show radio. Now, maybe you have a business and you'd like to advertise because, this radio station is great. We're interviewing people and all the rest of it. But wouldn't it be amazing if you could get your ad inside of this show? Well, you can. If you want to get your ad inside of this show, you can give me a call. You can give me a call on the radio station and speak to us about advertising. It can happen. All you got to do is call that station number. Give that station number a call. It's 078 52 473 473. If you want to advertise on our radio station, it can happen. All you got to do is call that number and we will get you in there. And right now they have a special offer. They've got a special offer right now. They can give you advertising for 1 month for only £10. I can't quite believe that. I'm going to need to say that again. They can give you advertising for 1 month for only £10. That is insane. That is insane. But that's exactly what's going on right now because this was lockdown. We're coming out of lockdown. Relaks Radio. We're on Roman Road. We want to support local businesses. We're a local radio station. And as a result of that, they're offering this really, really cheap option for you to advertise for 1 month. You can advertise your business on Relaks Radio for only £10 for the whole month. I can't believe I'm saying those words. Really insane. Well, before the break, we were talking about lots of different dance events that are on that you can attend for free. A great website to check out, by the way, is a website called theplace.org.uk. Theplace.org.uk. They've got loads and loads and loads of events on there. It's a really cool website to check out. One dance event that I saw on there that's free is a festival of Korean dance. That's going to be on from the 2nd until the 5th of December. So if you're looking for a cool dance festival to attend online, check this one out. Korean Dance 2020. It's free. It's all free. And it's on from the 2nd until the 5th of December. And if you want more information about it, go to theplace.org.uk, click on what's on, and you're going to be able to filter for dance, and then you're going to see it on there. Now, our guest today, Johanna Von Salmuth, is a dancer, is a choreographer, but she's also a filmmaker. She's studying film at Met Film School. So I was thinking it'd be nice that we could actually talk a little bit about film as well in the show. We have a little bit of time left. So I wanted to talk about an event which is taking place. If you go to eventbrite.co.uk, you can check out this event. It's run by Los Angeles Times Indie Focus screening series. They are giving a screening of an independent film which is called Wander Darkly, and it's a free screening. It's from the production company Lionsgate. Are you guys familiar with Lionsgate? You know Lionsgate. You see it at the start of a lot of films. Well, Lionsgate have put out this independent film, and they're doing a free screening from the 7th until the 9th of December at 8 p.m. UK time. It's going to be online, and they're going to do a screening, and then they're also going to do a Q&A with the director. So this would be a pretty cool way to see a film for free if you're looking to check out a free film. So go to eventbrite.co.uk and do your filter for film, and you're going to be able to see that on there. Possibly Harry is putting a link to this at the bottom of the screen as well. Now, maybe you're thinking to yourself, I'd like to be a filmmaker. I'd like to get involved in film. Have you ever thought that? Have you ever said to yourself, I'd like to be in a film. I'd like to be an actor. And you just thought to yourself, I'd like to do it, but how do I do it? How do I get into these things? Well, if that's the case, I would say, why don't you get involved in a 100-hour film race? Yeah, a 100-hour film race. Have you ever heard of that before? I'm not hearing anything. I'm going to take that as a no. If you've never heard of a 100-hour film race, let me fill you in what it's all about. Maybe you've heard of a 48-hour film event where you have 48 hours to make a film. Well, this is the 100-hour film race where you have 100 hours to make a film. Now go to filmracing.com, and you're going to find how to get involved in this thing. It's very interesting. You can go on there. You can register your team. Entry is like $50 to $70 for a team. And you can go on there, and basically what happens is you get given 3 elements. So you get given a surprise theme of your film, you get given a prop, and you get given a particular action that you need to include in your film. films, I think the films are a maximum of 3 minutes long. You'll be able to get the full information anyway on their website. But yeah, and then what they do is they mark you. They mark you on these different subjects. They're going to be marking you on originality, creativity, plot, writing, structure, characters, cinematography, direction, entertainment value, acting, and then each one of these categories is worth 10 points each. So they'll be marking you out of 10 on each one of those categories. And yeah, just get involved. And I'll tell you, one of the coolest things of all about this website, this filmracing.com website, is maybe you're thinking to yourself right now, yeah, that sounds really cool. I could make a film. That sounds really, really cool. But I don't have a team. I don't know anyone that I can make this film with. Oh, well, if you are thinking that, let me be the bearer of good news. Because you see, they've got a link on their website. And the link is looking for a team Facebook page. Huh? Huh? How cool is that? So, yeah, if you don't know anyone, doesn't matter. Just go on to looking for a team Facebook page. By the way, the link is directly on their website. And yeah, you can join the group. And then you just basically say in the group, hey, I'm looking for a team. And you can join up with another team. How cool is that? And nothing to stop you from getting involved and making a film. Make a film. I would say this to everybody. If you've ever wanted to make a short film, a music video, maybe you want to be a background actor in a film, or maybe you want to be the lead role, or maybe like Johanna, maybe you want to be behind the camera, maybe you want to be directing, maybe you want to be writing. Whatever the case may be, it's all possible. It is all possible. All you got to do is you go to filmracing.com, register your team, and then yeah, get started. Right? That's on. By the way, that's on the 3rd. That's from the 3rd on till the 7th of December. So that's coming up pretty soon. So you've got a little bit of notice before it starts. That's coming up pretty soon, so you can check that out. But it's yeah, I mean, there's so many options these days. Like what I was saying to Johanna, if you want to be a dancer, you're gonna go to a dance class. If you want to be an actor, you're gonna go to an acting class. If you want to make films, you're gonna go to a filmmaking class. Or maybe you're gonna do an event like this film racing event, and that's gonna give you the opportunity to make a film. And these days, all you need is one of these things, right? These phones these days, they've got decent cameras on them. You get some fairly easy editing software, and then Bob's your uncle. You can make a film. It's not rocket science these days. It's a lot easier than it used to be, I think. I remember I went to university. I studied theater studies, and we also had one of the modules was video production. I remember we were doing the editing. We had the editing on the old VCRs. So we had the double. It was the double VCR. It was like one VCR there and another one there, and you had to you'd be like playing and stopping and recording and rewinding. You had this like little dial that you had to go back on. I mean, it was a different time, different time compared to what editing is like now. Let me tell you, it's so much easier now to edit than it was back then. So yeah, get involved. It's all possible. If you're looking, by the way, if you're looking to get involved in acting and you haven't done any acting before, let me recommend Duck Duck Goose Improv Jam. Now, I haven't actually been to Duck Duck Goose Improv Jam. I've been to Hoopla Improv Jam. I've been to their jams. Hooplaimprov.com, by the way, is their website. But I would also recommend checking out ddgimprov.com, duckduckgooseimprov.com. Check them out. The reason I'm talking about DDG over Hoopla, by the way, is because DDG, Duck Duck Goose, they've got an improv jam happening every Monday at 8 p.m. online on Zoom. Now, if you've never been to an improv jam, let me tell you what it is. an improv jam session is, have you ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway? Have you ever seen that show? Well, Whose Line Is It Anyway is a great show. It's a short form improv game show. If you've ever seen that show and you've laughed, then this is an opportunity to play those games. Really good fun. Really, really good fun. A lot of these games are very easy to play. They give you the rules and you do some warm-up games. And yeah, you just start playing these games and they are so much fun. Let me tell you, they are so much fun. So that's on every Monday on Zoom. It's a ddgimprov.com. You can check it out. You can go on there. I would encourage anyone who's never done it before, I would encourage you to start doing improv, start doing filmmaking, start dancing, start doing something creative, start doing something artistic. And it's going to be a short path to introducing a lot more joy into your life. That's the real message here. You're going to introduce a lot more joy when you're practicing arts. You're going to get more joy. You're feeling down, have a dance. Yeah, you're feeling down, you're feeling, what am I going to do today? Sing a song. Right? It's that simple. And it really is amazing how good these things can make you feel. It really is amazing. Well, folks, we're just coming to the end of the show now, and I just want to say a big thanks to my guest for joining us today. Sorry we got started a little bit later, and I'm conscious of the fact that there's another show which is now late starting, which is, of course, George Shaft, the Wednesday Witterer, which should be on now, and I feel like I'm eating into his airtime at the moment. So I'm going to sign off pretty soon. But I just wanted to say, thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for our questions from Ivor in Dublin. Thanks so much for those questions, Ivor. Thanks to my guest, Johanna Von Salmuth, for joining us via phone. And thanks for all our listeners. And thanks for all the good vibes that come with doing the art and spirituality show. I'm going to be back next Monday. Next Monday, by the way, I'm interviewing a Canadian comedian and writer, Trisha Odette, is going to be joining me via phone. She's based over in España, over in Tarragona. So I'm going to be talking to her all about comedy, art, and she also makes a lot of YouTube videos. So I'm going to be talking to her all about YouTube videos and the art of making them and the inspiration behind making them. So that's going to be on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to be joined by a different guest via phone. I'm going to be joined by Jorge Segura, who is a Spanish comedian, Spanish comico. A Spanish comedian is going to join me, Jorge Segura. He's a famous Spanish comedian. He's going to be joining me by phone. He's based in Madrid. He's going to be joining me by phone on Wednesday. So yeah, tune in next Monday or Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. for more art and spirituality. I hope you can join me then. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Relaks Radio. Whoa, Relaks Radio. আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট is 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292. আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relaks Radio.